All right, now we are going to quickly review in Pixlr how to create a border. Okay, it's one of my favorite things to do. It really ties together a project, giving you an edge that you can really think about. So if you're working on the banner project, you can continue to work on the banner project. You don't have to make a blank canvas like this. But because this video applies to more than just the banner project, I'm going to work on a blank canvas, all right? So first things first, I like to zoom out a little bit so I can really see where the edges are. If you're zoomed in like this, it's impossible to make a border. Well, maybe not impossible, but way harder for no reason. So I like to zoom out, not crazy, but somewhere around here. Grab my select tool, okay, my marquee select, which I always like to call the rectangle select. And I'm gonna start right at this first corner box and click and drag. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom until I have one box below, and all the way to the right where I have one box below. Right around there. Okay. Amazing. So now, if we zoom in real close, you can see I have a small amount that I did not select on both sides. It's a little off. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. That's more even. A small amount on both sides that I did not select. Okay? Same thing at the top. Same thing at the bottom. Okay? What I want to do now is, right now, I only have the inside that I can work with. But what I want to do is I want to go to Select, Invert. So I always like to think of the word invert as meaning opposite. That's what it means here. So, for example, right now we have the inside selected. What's the opposite of the inside? The outside. What's the opposite of the inside? It's the outside. So that means that the invert of the inside is the outside. Say that to yourself. The invert of inside the square is outside the square. So we click, and look at that. Now we have just the space that used to not be selected. In other words, I could try and paint inside the square all I want, but it's not going to work because I only have the outside of the square selected. See what I'm doing here? So the quickest way to make a border is to grab your bucket fill tool and click right where the border is. Voila. Oftentimes your border will be black, but you can make it white, whatever you'd like. The best part of making a border is that you can add drawing to it. And since you only have the border area selected, everything you draw is going to go just in the border. Look at how cool that is. Looks like a cow. Okay, now, since we still have the border area selected, you can also do a gradient in the border. Grab the gradient tool. You know me, I love to go to the rainbow here. So dramatic. And voila. You can even do the radial. So many options. What matters most is that at the end, 1, you're happy with your border, and 2, that when you're finished, you go to Select, Deselect. That's going to get rid of all these marching ants. See them? The ants are marching. See this? They're moving. Select, Deselect. And just like that, you have a cool border. Now, you might be asking, Mr. DeCola, can I move the border? You can. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. If we go back to our initial layer and we fill that in with white, white with white, there it is. Now you can really see how your border is sticking out to you. So borders are amazing. They don't have to be thin like this. They can be thicker. If we go back to the tool and we draw another square, remember, everything that's outside the square will eventually be your border. I invert. Let's get my gradient again. Let's do, it'll be a thicker rainbow this time. And voila. Look at that. Almost like a picture frame. Whenever you're finished with it, select, deselect, and you've got yourself a border. Great job. Definitely feel free to rewind. There's maybe 3 or 4 steps to do this process, but good luck.